Hello again, and welcome to another Psalm in the Palm. Today we're in Psalm 141. We're getting toward the end here. Listen to this Psalm of David. O Lord, I call upon you. Hasten to me. Give ear to my voice when I call to you. May my prayer be counted as incense before you, the lifting up of my hands as the evening offering. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not incline my heart to any evil thing, to practice deeds of wickedness with men who do iniquity, and do not let me eat of their delicacies. Let the righteous smite me in kindness and reprove me. It is oil upon the head. Do not let my head refuse it, for still my prayer is against their wicked deeds. Their judges are thrown down by the sides of the rock, and they hear my words, for they are pleasant. As when one plows and breaks open the earth, our bones have been scattered at the mouth of Sheol. For my eyes are toward you, O God, the Lord. In you I will take refuge. Do not leave me defenseless. Keep me from the jaws of the trap which they have set for me, and from the snares of those who do iniquity. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, while I pass by safely. This is an interesting psalm because it goes in a different direction than we expect. Toward the beginning, he cries out to God. Again, we know when the psalmist is heavy-hearted, he cries out and he asks God to hear his prayer and to respond to his prayer. But the sense of the prayer is different than we would expect. Sometimes we expect to hear him ask to be delivered from difficulties. Sometimes we expect him to ask to be delivered from enemies and the wicked, and for the wicked to be destroyed, and there's some of that toward the end. But listen to what he says there. He's asking God to watch over his mouth, to watch over his tongue, to make sure he doesn't fall into wickedness. And when he's disciplined or chastened or encouraged by the righteous, that he wouldn't turn back that rebuke, that he wouldn't turn back the righteous who come against him because he's doing the wrong thing. You know, we need to understand in this climate where it's easy to point at the anger and hatred and the misdeeds of others, that we don't forget about our own heart. And I look at this psalm and I look at David's desire to do what's right and to understand that sometimes his heart is the problem. Sometimes he's the one going in the wrong direction, and he needs God to hold him in check. He needs good people around him to remind him of what's right and what's true. In the same way, we need to pray like David prayed. Sure, there's a lot of angry people around us. Sure, there are people who are intent on doing what's wrong, but we need to make sure that we don't fall into that same trap while we're being harsh in our judgment concerning them. May the prayer of our heart be that God would guard our mouth, that we would be careful before we say the things that want to spill so quickly off of our tongues, because I've found too many times I see something and I react with my words. We need to be quick not to do that. We need to be measured and thoughtful. We need to not fall into misdeeds because of the misdeeds of others, or because of our wrong desires, or because of us just wanting what we want and not thinking about the people around us. We need to understand that there are good people that are friends, and if we have good people who are friends, if we don't fall into the lot with those who are doing wicked, and we have good solid people by our side pointing us in the right direction, we need to be careful to listen to their words when they tell us that we're going off the rails. Do you have friends like that? Are you willing to go to God and ask God to search your heart, to seek your heart, and to make sure that you're in the right place? I pray that that would be the case for us, because so often while we're looking at the problems of others, we forget about the problems in our own heart, because it's so easy, because there's so many other people, and we look at other people's problems as worse than ours, other people's wrongdoings and misdeeds and the things that they say as much more wrong than the things that we do, our small errors of judgment. But we can't think that way. We can't expect the world around us and the people around us to change unless we're willing to let God change us first. And I pray that that's where we would start. Thank you for listening today, and we'll get to another Psalm in the Palm next time. God bless you, and talk to you soon.